everyone. So in today's discussion, we are about to tackle the continuous probability distribution. Here are the subtopics. 4.1 Continuation random variables and their probability distribution. The second one is the expected values of continuous random variables. The third one is the normal distribution, and the fourth one, normal approximation to the binomial and Poisson distribution, and the last one is the exponential distribution. Okay. So, the first one is continuation random variables and their probability distribution. Continuous random variables represent outcomes that can take any value within a range, such as time, height, or weight. Unlike discrete variables, these have infinite possibilities within intervals. A continuous random variable can assume any value and range. Its probabilities are defined using a probability density function. Here are the three key properties of the PDF. The first one is the f of x must be non-negative for all values. F of x is greater than equal to 0. The second one is the total area under the PDF curve is 1. When the integral of negative infinity to infinity f of x dx is equals to 1. And the third one is the probability that x lies in an interval a and b is given by p. A is less than equal to x and less than equal to b is equals to integral of f from a to b f of x dx. So the example is from the normal distribution. A classic example of a continuous random variable is one that follows the normal distribution, also known as the Gaussian distribution. The PDF of a normal distribution is the f of x is equals to 1 over the square root of 2 pi standard deviation squared e raised to negative x minus mu squared over 2 standard deviation squared, where mu is the mean of the distribution or the center of the curve, and the standard deviation is the spread of the curve. So this is the example scenario. So let x, the height of adult male in a population which is typically modeled using a normal distribution with mu is equals to 70 inches and standard deviation is equals to 3 inches. So if adult male heights follow a normal distribution, mu is equals to 70 and the standard deviation is equals to 3, the probability of a height between 68 and 72 is the area under the curve between these points. The p, open parenthesis, 68 is less than or equal to x and less than or equal to 72 is equals to the integral of from 68 to 72 f of x dx. So this probability reflects the area under the curve of the normal distribution between x is equals to 68 and x is equals to 72. So the conclusion of the topic is the continuous random variables describe real-world measurements using probability density functions. The normal distribution is a key example widely used in various fields to model data. Thank you.
Good day, everyone. So I will be continuing our discussion about continuous random variables. Now, I'll take it a step further by explaining the concept of expected value of a continuous random variable. So the expected value is a fundamental idea in probability and statistics. It helps us determine the average or central value of a random variable, which is incredibly useful for making predictions and understanding data. So for continuous random variables, calculating the expected value requires integration. So as you can see, this is the formula. So the e of x is the expected value of x, and the x represents the possible values of a random variables. The f of x is the probability density function of x, which defines the likelihood of each value of x. And the integral is taken over by the entire range of possible values of x. Next.
Masali sa recording mo po sila Angel.
So next is we will have a simple example. So imagine we have a random variable that represents the lifetime of a light bulb. And the lifetime of is uniformly distributed between 2 and 6 hours. This means all values between 2 and 6 are equally likely. And to find expected value, we will use the formula. So next one is the solution for step by step. First, we will take the constant, which is the 1/4 outside the integral. Next, we will calculate the integral of x. And the integral of x is x squared over 2. And then we will simplify the terms inside the bracket. We will change the x by 6 and 2, and then we will have a 36 over 2 minus 4 over 2. And then we will multiply it. I will calculate it, and then we will have a 16. So the 1/4 and the 16, we will multiply it, and then we will have a 4. So the expected lifetime of the light bulb is 4 hours. This means that if we tested many light bulbs, their average lifetime would center around 4 hours. And then to sum up, the expected value helps us find the average outcome of a continuous random variable by using integration. It's it is a useful concept with many real-world application. That's it. Thank you.
So next is we will discuss about normal distribution. So normal distribution is also known as the Gaussian distribution or bell curve. Normal distribution is also a probability distribution that describes how data points are dispersed around the mean value. So the key characteristic of normal data, a normal distribution, first is the symmetry, second, the mean, third is the standard deviation, and the fourth one is the median in both. So symmetry, it is bell-shaped curve, symmetric around the mean. And the mean is the central value where data points cluster. And the standard deviation is the measures dispersion from the mean. And the median and mode is equals to this. So the example of natural distribution is data gathering. So data gathering facilitates understanding natural distribution, enabling informed decision and reliable statistical analysis. So we have two types of natural distribution, which is the standard normal distribution and the non-standard normal distribution. So the standard normal distribution, the mean is equals to 0, standard deviation is equals to 1, while the non-standard deviation, normal distribution, and the mean is not equal to 0 and the standard deviation is not equal to 1. The importance of normal distribution. So the importance of normal distribution help us to simplify complex data analysis, enables predictive modeling, facilitates hypothesis testing, provides insight into data variability. Last one is essential for statistical interference. So here are the formulas of normal distribution. For number one is the probability of density functions or the PDF. Number two is the cumulative distribution function or the CDF. So these are the common type of ulit. Nalimutan ko. So Here are the common normal distribution tables, the Z table and the T table. So the Z table is standard normal distribution probabilities. Next is the Z, and the T table is the student's T distribution probability. So this normal distribution tables, you can use it when you are gathering data. That's my report.